So we got some rather sad, unfortunate, and disturbing news for Andy Reid's son, Britt Reid, who is an assistant defensive coach for the Kansas City Chiefs. He was involved in a car accident and he will miss the Super Bowl. So basically, this is the report that we have gotten from the police on the ESPN article. Who the source for this was Adam Teicher, ESPN staff writer. So I'll explain the details right now. So a car ran out of gas on the on ramp to Interstate 435. He called relatives, and another car stopped on that on ramp. A third car, which was a Ram Laramie Sport, hit the left front of the first car and then the rear of the second vehicle. And this Ram or this vehicle was hit by Britt Reid. Okay. So this is where it gets very disturbing. A 4-year-old was taken to the hospital, but no life threatening injuries. However, a 5-year-old is facing life threatening injuries right now. That's where it gets disturbing. Police said his eyes were bloodshot and he smelled alcohol on Reid's breath. And this is not the first time that Reid has had some problems with the law. In 2007, he was arrested for flashing a gun at a motorcyclist and was sentenced to 8 to 23 years, 23 months, excuse me, in prison that November. The following year, he pled guilty to DUI and drug charges when he hit a shopping cart with his vehicle and had trouble finding his vehicle when he left the store. And let me tell you something. Let me start off with this now, okay? I know you like the hot mic and you're going to get your hot mic, but let me get it heated up for you a little bit. I don't think Britt. First of all, before I say anything, I just want to say I am praying and wishing for the best of luck with the 4 and 5 year old that were hurt in this car accident, and everybody who was infected in this car accident, especially Britt Reid. I'm wishing you guys the best of luck because right now Britt Reid is going to be in the hospital, and they said he'll be in the hospital for a few days. So all those guys, everybody involved in the car accident, I wish you all the best of luck. You know, prayers go out to me and probably Nate too, and the families and everything like that. So let me start. I don't think Reid realizes that he's about to play in something called the Super Bowl. No biggie, Nate. It's just a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? This only determines who's the champion of the season. No biggie at all. So it is gonna go out and have 3 drinks and then drive. It's immature and it's stupid. That's all I can say. It's immature and it's stupid, and it sucks because it's horrible when somebody's had past issues with this and they just never learn their lesson. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, like it is his fault, but that's not what I'm gonna say. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? It's sad because these are people who are basically cries for help. You know what I'm saying? You see that they need help, and you know that they need help. You know what I'm saying? And it's very tough to see. He's had opportunities after opportunities. He's coached many teams. He's not head coach, but he's been a part of a coaching staff for many teams. So it's very hard for him to see him do this type of thing, especially in the fact that you are about to play the biggest game of the NFL season. So, and like honestly, Nate, I think Britt Reid don't have a career after this. I am wishing the best of luck to the 4 and 5 year old. They were both girls, I believe. The 4 and 5 year olds. I'm wishing them the best of luck because both of them got to go to the hospital, and one of them has life-threatening injuries, and that's just not okay. That's just unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Um, the police also said that he complained about having a hurt stomach, and they said that he was also on prescribed Adderall too. And Adderall and medication could also affect the way you drive. So it's just honestly, this is just unbelievable to see. It's irresponsible. And I remember when we were talking about the Angels, when the Angels pitching coach who did what he did, I remember telling Nomar this. I say me and Nate, like obviously there are gonna be people who do this. Unfortunately, there are gonna be people who make terrible choices and do stupid things. But I told Nomar this that day. I said, me and Nate, we talk about this way too much. We've talked about instances regarding people going to prison, people drinking and driving, people hurting others, people committing what do you call it, sex crimes. We have talked about stuff like this, Nate, for so long, too many times. Abuse, like how many times are we going to talk about this within a year? Okay, we haven't even had our YouTube channel for a year, and we've probably talked about a good 15 of these topics. I want to say. where somebody's done either something stupid, broke the law, or just this like it's unnecessary. We shouldn't be talking about this as much as we do. Look, to everybody's watching, make the right decision, okay? If you're gonna go out and drink, cool. It's not cool, but fine. But don't drive. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. What do you think you're? It just don't go out driving when you think you're drunk. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. It only takes one accident and you are screwed. Whether that accident is your fault or not, it takes one accident and you're screwed. Because the second that police smells that alcohol on your breath, you are done. The second the police smell weed on you or drugs or finds drugs on you, you are done. And this is an example right here of Britt Reid. He's got in trouble in 2007 for flashing a gun. He's got in trouble the following year in 2008 for hitting a shopping cart while he was drunk. He's got in trouble now, and this is the biggest one right here, I believe, because now you have a 5-year-old. Now you have a 5-year-old who is in critical danger. So I mean, let me be honest with you, Nate. I can't believe I read something like this. When I found out Britt Reid was the guy, when I found out Britt Reid was the one who hit them, I was completely shocked. I was completely shocked. And this is again, we're talking about a child, Nate, 5 years old, life threatening situation here. Okay, they haven't even lived out their life. You know what I'm saying? They haven't even reached first grade yet. And this is the stuff that people got to think about when they're. And this is the stuff that people got to think about when they're what do you call it? When they're driving when they decide to drive drunk. Before they decide to drive drunk, this is the things you need to think about. Is whose life can you impact? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just really sad to see, man. Like how would like I'm gonna put it in more high like I'm gonna put it more high. I don't want to say dramatic, but let me ask you this question: what would you do if you were to go on a plane, right? If a regular person were to go on a plane, right, and the pilot was drinking, and you found out about the pilot drinking, would you want to get on that plane? No. So that's more of a serious situation, but it's the same thing. This person's drinking. You're in the car with them. Do you really want to get in that car with them? You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't Britt Reid, I believe he was completely alone. But again, he decided to make a terrible choice by drinking 3 times while on Adderall. Remind you, medicine is also a reason why there are accidents. You know what I'm saying? He was on prescribed Adderall and he had 3 drinks. Okay, went on the road, hit a damn hit 2 cars at that, and now we got a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old in the hospital. And I mean, I'm not gonna end this with judging Britt Reid or anything like that. I'm gonna end this with I'm praying and I'm wishing the best of luck for those two children.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll pick up on that. Good luck to those 2 children that were affected, and like you said, don't I don't want to wish bad luck on Britt Reid because we all do stupid things. It's only the matter is are you gonna learn from it or not? I want to get to that. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you, Mario. I think this is his last job
I
in the
agree.
NFL. I think this is it because if this was the first time, fine. Everybody deserves a second chance. But
I
when
think
you
if
do
this
this
was the
three
first time,
times,
I think if this was the first time, I think he's still gone because
yeah,
this
yeah, because you just affected children. Exactly.
serious. It doesn't matter first time or not. Like I believe everybody deserves a second chance, but this is very, very serious.
You just
Now, now
you
here's
just
the
affected
question:
the lives of two young children that haven't even hit their peak in life.
That is his last time, but take a look at the last name, Reed. Is it really his last time?
No.
Because he flashed a gun on a motorcyclist. He's hit a shopping cart. Is this really his last time? That's the problem. That's why that's what I can't stand, man. You have the same last name, and I'm gonna be honest. Andy Reid is a Hall of Fame head coach.
Hmm.
If he wins another Super Bowl, I think he's one of the greatest head coaches to ever live. He's definitely top 10 in my opinion. So you have that last name of Reid, okay? You do stupid crimes like this. You've done 2 of them in your past, and you've got second chances. This one's a lot more questionable now. Are you going to get that third chance? I don't believe he deserves it. I don't think
I don't
he
think
gets
so
it.
either.
It's not a matter of whether we think this would be a last job or not. It's a matter of does he deserve it? And the answer is no. Before you can even get another chance, I think this man needs to go get help.
That's what I was just about to get to. I mean, you're a coach in the NFL. you're coaching these players, these young these young draft picks, all these guys, and you're coaching quite what could be one of the best teams the NFL has ever seen. And I say it all the time when we talk about these things. You got kids looking up to you.
Right.
You got your family looking up to you. Your damn father is the head coach of the team. You really
Right.
need help. You go to your father. You're making your father look bad. I don't know is he an alcoholic? I don't know. I can't tell you that for sure. But if you're if you're drinking and driving, that could lead to a sign of you being an alcoholic. I can't tell you for sure if he is or not, because I'm not in his life. I don't know that. But if you do have a drinking problem, excuse me, if you are an alcoholic, if you're a drug addict, if you're any of that, and trust me, I've been in those boots before. I've ignored my family for a while until I got myself in the deep stuff. You gotta talk to your family, because think about it, and I always say it in life. Are you gonna rely more on your friends when it comes to something like this? And no offense to your friends, but like, we all have friends, but like, to be honest, when it comes to stuff like that, I would either one, go to my family, or two, go to someone that's been through it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
like, and like, him not talking to his own dad, who's the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. You're around them a lot, most
Right.
likely. So you can like pull him aside and be like, hey man, I need help. You're making him look bad
Right.
because you're not asking for help.
But the problem with that is like a lot of people who have like an alcohol problem. I'm not saying he does. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I'm not
A
saying
lot
either.
of people who do, they don't want to admit that they have a problem. That's first.
Yeah,
And
right.
second of all, it doesn't matter even if they admit it or not. A lot of them just can't. It's so hard for them to quit, and I
Yeah,
understand.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's so hard. I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like you talked about your problem a lot of times on this show. I've known people who are very close to me who have the same who had problems with certain types of alcohol and drugs, and they quit. And I'm happy they did. But it's very hard to quit because a
Absolutely, because
lot
it
of them
becomes a
just
habit in your life. It becomes a habit.
exactly
Like,
a norm to
you
them.
it becomes a habit. It's like, you like, say you're an alcoholic. It's like, oh yeah, like I drink one a day, like two, three, like one at breakfast, one
I'll
at
say
lunch, one at dinner. Like, it becomes a habit.
I'll say this, okay? Even if, and I remember when you went through this. You mind me sharing this?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay. So when you went through this, I remember I told you, I said, look, I don't think, because I don't think you were that, I'm gonna be honest. Like I said it, I didn't think you were at that point of alcoholic, but I told you, I said, I want you to think that you are. Because the
Right.
second you don't is the second you continue, is like, oh, I'm not an alcoholic. Have a drink. I'm not an alcoholic. I can stop whenever I want. Have another one. How many is it gonna take to you know what I'm saying? To you say I am. So
Yeah, right.
that's why. So to people who are dealing with problems, say you are one. Okay, in your mind, say I am. In your mind, say to yourself, I am an alcoholic. Because the second you say that will be the second that is that second right there is the start to you quitting. So you realize that I shouldn't touch this drink because I am an alcoholic. If I touch this drink, I'm not making myself better. I am a I am addicted to drugs. I shouldn't take this drug because I am addicted to it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but now before we get off this topic, is there anything else you want to say? Because after you say, if there's anything else you want to say after you say what you want to say, I want to give a quote from the Kansas City Chiefs itself,
Mhm.
and I just want to close on something else.
Yeah, I'll say a couple of other things. And I'll touch up on making the good decisions. I say it all the time. Like, if you're like, I can't dictate to you guys what you want to do with your lives. Whatever you want to do is whatever you want to do. I can't tell you what to do. What I will say is this: if you're gonna go out and drink with your friends, fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna say it's fine. I'm not gonna say it's perfect. It's perfectly okay. But like groups of friends do it all the time. But if you're gonna do that, either one, do it at one of their houses so you don't have to worry about driving home at night. Or two, if you go to a bar, you got to make sure one or two of those guys are not getting drunk.
Right,
Because if
and if they
all you
all
guys are drunk and you're going to drive, that's
if
it.
they're all drinking, then the next thing to do is to call an Uber or call a friend who's not, or call somebody who's not that can take you home.
Absolutely.
Okay, you lock your car will be there at the bar.
Absolutely.
Pick it up later when you're not drunk. Simple as that. But if that's the last statement you made, I'm just gonna read the quote by the Kansas City Chiefs because they are aware of this, and they said, and I quote, the organization has been made aware of the multi-vehicle accident involving outside linebackers coach Britt Reid. The Chiefs said in a statement Friday, we are in the process of gathering information and we will have no further comment at this time. Our thoughts and prayers are with everyone involved. So I'm glad that the Chiefs, especially that last part, I'm glad that they're wishing, what I'm saying, like their prayers are with the ones who are hurt, opposed to focusing more on the Britt Reid topic. You know what I'm saying? So so great job to them for that, and great job for the statement. I don't think they should say anything else until they figure out exactly the full story, because there are some parts of the story that need to be fully 100% confirmed. Like he said his stomach hurts. We need to find out what the reason for that is, and he is in the hospital right now, and he's been in the hospital for like, they say he's going to be in the hospital for a few days. So with that being said, I do wish him the best of luck. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Britt
Absolutely.
Reid deserves to be in critical condition because of this. He's not. I don't think they said he's going to be out in a few days, but still, I don't think he should be. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he should be punished like physically for it. He said his stomach hurt. That couldn't. Maybe it wasn't even so much of him being drunk, because a lot of people drink, like they have, everybody's tolerance to drinking is different. You know what I'm saying? You
Right,
could have
right.
5 beers and not feel drunk. I gotta have one and get drunk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
right.
maybe it's more of the reason why his stomach hurts is the alcohol mixed with the Adderall. Alcohol and medicine don't mix well. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
take Adderall. You take Adderall. You have 3 drinks. Put it together. Your stomach ain't gonna feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it could be that Adderall too. Reason why I got into that car accident, Adderall, I believe, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but for a side effect, I believe medicine, it does make you drowsy. He could have been tired from taking the medicine. He could have hit the car. You know what I'm saying? Again, do I agree? But again, it comes down to this: shouldn't have been drinking and driving, especially around this time when it's Super Bowl weekend. Now they're gonna go into this game without their linebackers coach. So look, man, I'm gonna end it with I'm gonna end it with this. Britt Reid, I think he needs to get help. Okay, simple as that. He needs to get help. Okay. I pray, like, the one thing on my mind is that that 5-year-old is okay, and then the 4-year-old as well, but the 4-year-old is in non-life threatening injuries. The 5-year-old is. I wish everybody in that car accident who got affected. I wish they're. I hope that they're okay, and I hope that nothing. I hope nothing bad happens to them. But especially that 5-year-old who is in a life threatening injuries. I wish her the best of luck, and I am praying for her to make a full recovery.